Newly federated Australia had experience in the Boer War. They were advised informally by England that they may not be able to supply us fully and forever. They decided to set up their own armaments works. A number of commissions later, Lithgow was selected as the site. Factory opened in June 1912 with about 168 employees. It was Australia's introduction to modern technology. Shortly after, as everyone knows, World War I started. The factory grew, the employment grew, was up to almost 1,200 by 1918. By the end of the war, they'd produced 100,000 rifles, all the same type. England was using the SMLE Lee Enfield, and that's what Australia standardised on. Production slowed inevitably after the war, and the factory went commercial, produced shearing handpieces, mix masters, sewing machines, spanners, anything that was within the capability of their machines. World War II, they dropped that, went back to gun production. The factory made SMLEs, Bren guns, and Vickers machine guns. Into the Second World War, everyone lost interest in guns again. They went back to commercial enterprises. The factory got the contract to make the L1A1 semi-automatic rifle. They made all the Army's requirements of them, about 250,000. Factory was corporatised, was made part of Australian Defence Industries in 1989, made all the Army's 5.56mm Austrials and still make replacement parts. Factory was sold, privatised in 1999 to a French company, now known as Thales. So Australia's arms are now made by the French. They still occupy the site because of computerisation and advanced metallurgy. They don't need nearly the same area. A lot of the site is almost empty. At the peak of the war, they had 12,000 people, 6,000 here, 6,000 in the feeder factories. That's now one factory with 130 people in it, but they're still there. In ADI's period of tenure, up till then, they had what they called a reference library. It was a number of guns that they had. There were samples that they'd produced. There were samples that they had bought for evaluation and comparison. ADI decided that they didn't need it any longer, offered the collection as it stood to City of Lithgow, to the people of the City of Lithgow, provided a building could be found and volunteers found to show it. This building was the one selected. It has the sufficient security. The museum's theme is the factory and its products, but we don't limit ourselves to that. There's a lot of effort being put into developing the commercial and humanitarian side of the factory, and we are in the process of digitising whatever employee records we can get to act as a public reference. We regularly get comments from visitors that it is a world-class museum. It's not as big as some, but it is world-class.